Hello, my lovely, beautiful awakened souls, and welcome to another episode of the Awakened Souls podcast. I'm your host, Devin Brown, Kundalini activator, spiritual guide, mentor, and just a very good source of entertainment overall. I am actually doing something a little bit different. I am recording for TikTok, plus I've got my recording going on. Plus I have another program running in the background. So I'm just going to hold my microphone versus setting anything up, make it easier. For those of you who are watching on TikTok, if you want to get the full episode, I'm officially licensed business-wise with them. There's a link in my bio. Just head over there. You can listen to the whole thing. I am on every single platform, iTunes, Spotify. I mean, you name it. It's there. Just look up to the Awakened Souls. Devin Brown, we're good to go. So this week we are actually going to talk about how to become a vibrational match for what it is that you are seeking and where it is you want to be. There's a lot of people who get frustrated on their healing journey and get frustrated as they're moving forward in ascension because they feel like they keep hitting a wall. They feel like they keep going backwards. They feel like they just can't get past certain things. Now, here's the thing. A lot of the times our highest self and our guides orchestrate events that will teach us the same lesson over and over and over again until we finally fucking get it. Okay. So a big part of it is actually going to be to release and let go and to live a life according to who you want to become. Think of it like a lot of financial coaches talk about it almost like money mindset and the mindset around money and the way you look at money and the way you view money. Like if you come from a place of lack, you're going to attract more lack. And if you come from a place of positivity, you're going to just exuberate more positivity. And I know we all know somebody who comes from a very, very positive, bubbly atmosphere. That's one of me. I annoy people in the morning because of how bubbly I am. So it's one of those things that we come from a very bubbly atmosphere, and people are drawn to that. They are drawn to that energy because a lot of the times it's because they're missing something within themselves, but it also just makes people feel good. It makes people feel refreshed and energized to be around that energy. But here's the thing. If I am trying to live at a high vibrational energy, if I am trying to give at a high vibrational energy, there has to be balance. There has to be this coinciding movement where I can't just give and give and give and pour into people who are not a vibrational match for me. I need to live and to be around the people that are who I want to emulate, that are who I want to be, that can fill me up just as much as I'm filling up everybody else. But how do we process this away from just the spiritual? How do we process this in our everyday lives and into where we want to go and who we want to be on an everyday basis? So it's actually very simple. And I know that sounds hard to believe, but it's actually very simple. It is a matter of simply saying, if it's not a fuck yes, I want to do it, then don't do it. If it is something just doesn't feel right here, walk away. If it's I'm really unhappy with this job, I keep thinking about getting another one, but I'm not sure. There's a reason that you're feeling that. Now, sometimes it's a matter of we have unhealed wounds and unhealed things that we just haven't addressed within ourselves that we need to actually state, okay, maybe I need to deal with this and I can look at this from a different lens and I can look at this from a different perspective. I like to think about it this way. So there is an optical illusion standing in front of us. From your angle, you're looking at two people and their faces facing each other. From my angle over here, I'm looking at it and I'm seeing two vases facing each other. We are both looking at the same truth. We're looking at the same situation, but it is a matter of how do you want to perceive it? Do you want to perceive it from this side, or would you like to cross over and see it from this side? We get to choose every single day how we're going to respond to people, what we're going to do, what energy we're going to put out, what energy we're going to welcome in, and how we're going to apply that to our everyday lives. So this is how we manifest and how we move forward into a high vibration and into where we want to go and into where we want to be. It's a matter of truly trusting ourselves. It's a matter of truly knowing ourselves. And it's a matter of believing that we can have what we were told we could never have. And sometimes that voice is actually all ours. It's not even what other people have said. We just feel this deep sense of unworthiness, or maybe this deep sense of scarcity. And here's one thing though, too. It's a matter of giving yourself the same love and the same attention that you want from someone else. One of the things I have learned in my healing journey For those of you who have never seen any of my podcasts or any of my episodes, I had a darker childhood. I can't say it was horrible, like insane or horrible, but it was a childhood where I felt like in order to be safe, I had to deny who I was. I became very codependent. I did not feel like I had value outside of how I could meet other people's needs and how I could make other people happy. I was very codependent, and it took some deep cognitive therapy. It took some deep inner work and inner child healing. And it took me being willing to give myself the same love and respect that I expect from someone else. And when I did that, I discovered, love is not scarce. I have no scarcity mindset for love. I have no scarcity mindset of I might not do better. I have no scarcity mindset of I don't like this. If I don't feel comfortable doing something, if I don't feel comfortable being around someone, if I feel like my throat chakra is blocked, if I feel like my body is having a visceral response, if I feel any of these things, first I look within and say, okay, is this coming from me or is this coming from the other person? And if sometimes it's both, but sometimes it's a matter of just acknowledge where it's coming from and then moving forward into the decision making then. Okay, what do I need to do for myself to create and move over to look at this optical illusion from the angle of which I would like to look at it versus from the angle that I have been looking at it. Like, it's a matter of truly gaining self-confidence, gaining self-worth, and knowing that you can be exactly who you want to be. Tomorrow morning, you can wake up and decide to be completely different. Tomorrow morning, you can wake up and decide, I don't like this vibration that I'm living in. I want more. I want to live a soul purpose. I want to live a soul mission. You may not find it right away, but you have to take the active steps, hence walk over to the other side to view things from a different side. And it's a matter of releasing yourself from this inner expectation that you have always thought this way. This is the only way to think and you can't go any other way. So in order to become a vibrational match for what it is you truly want to attract, you have to act like you already are that vibrational match. And I'm not talking about not being true to ourselves, but somebody who wants to be good at meditation, guess what? They're going to be going to sit down, quiet themselves, and start trying to meditate. It's not going to happen overnight, but you are going to do the steps of somebody who actively already was meditating. Someone who wants like a killer body, wants to, maybe do a swimsuit competition or something. You are going to have to take the steps that you need in order to get that physical body. It does not happen. It is a matter of living the life, both internally, spiritually, physically, and mentally, who you already want to be, making the choices that align with who you want to be, making the choices that align with where you plan to go, and then not allowing energies in that were going to pull you down, not allowing relationships in that are going to pull you down, not allowing yourself to look backwards with regret and self-shame. Instead, look backwards and be like, wow, I'm going to love that person that thought they didn't deserve more. I'm going to love that person that wasn't brave enough to stand up for themselves. I'm going to love that person that felt like they were unworthy. I'm going to love that person that felt like they had to work for everything. And I'm going to teach them and protect them and let them know they don't have to do that anymore. And that's what we need to do for ourselves. Like, that is genuinely how we need to move forward on this ascension journey. That is how we need to move forward into what it is that we want to be called to do. And I know, like I said, this is easier said than done. I understand that. And I'm going to take a little segue here. For those of you on TikTok who want to follow, just hop over to my page. You're going to see a link in the bio. You can listen to the rest of this. This is literally at 9 minutes. So you can just fast forward to 9 minutes and pick up right where you left off. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going on here. Okay, sorry, I had to stop that. I was going to start recording. So it's a matter of truly being true to ourselves, not just in the physical, but being true to ourselves in the mental too. What we think about ourselves, we are going to manifest. What we think about ourselves, we are going to pull into our reality. And it's one of those situations, if you are being unkind to yourself, if you're looking in the mirror and picking out every single thing you hate, guess what? You're going to find more things that you hate. If you look in the mirror and say, wow, You are beautiful. You are loved. You are kind. You have a purpose because you were created from source. You were created for something more. You are going to begin to believe it. It may not happen overnight, but if you are taking the steps to get it to happen, then overnight you are changing your vibration. It's a matter of slowly ascending. Think of it like you're walking up a mountain. You're going up, going up, going up. Well, you fall, you slide a little bit down in the snow. You're still climbing a mountain. You are still higher up. You are still like taller than you were before. You're just not at the base of the mountain anymore. Like it's a matter of moving forward, going forward into what it is that you truly want for yourself and calling those things in. And here's the thing though, too, scarcity mindset is going to be so detrimental. I'm in the dating world right now. Like I understand it's hard out there. I'm not talking about just relationships, but I'm talking about like, this is a specific example. There's a lot of people that I know that are single that are also dating and trying to find the one or do whatever, but they have this idea that there's no good men out there. They have this idea that no one's good enough. They have this idea that we have to change or mold or shift in order to meet a match. But that's not the case. There's somebody who's going to come in and love us for who we are. There's someone that's going to come in to be a vibrational match for where we are and not make us compromise anything that we don't want to compromise. But it goes even deeper than that into our spiritual sense, like into our physical sense, into our physical manifestations. Money is just energy, guys. Money is literally just energy. It flows, it moves, it does everything so easily, so simple. Like if you expect more to come and you finally let go of the scarcity mindset, oh, that's too expensive. Oh, I can't do that. Guess what? Like if you let it go, more is going to come in. And a very, very, very easy practice to do this is if you allow yourself maybe $10 a week or $10 every 2 weeks or whatever, buy something that you always wanted for yourself. Maybe go get a cup of coffee. Maybe, I really don't know like what could fall in the $10 range. Go to Hobby Lobby. I don't care. But basically like you can find something that brings you joy. That's not necessarily something you need, but it's something that makes you feel at the vibration that you want to be at all the time. And do that once a month or once a week, however much you can afford to do it, and slowly begin to treat yourself like the goddess or god that you are. Slowly begin to treat yourself like the one that deserves to be cherished and loved, because how much energy you put into yourself is going to be what comes back. How much energy you put into yourself is going to be what manifests for us. Like it's kind of one of those things that like if we are not willing to love ourselves the way that we deserve to be loved, if we are not willing to accept for ourselves all the things that we want in goodness, knowing they can be ours, knowing that nothing is too much, because this whole thing is just literally atoms and molecules holding together. Like everything is energy. This table, knocked on a table, is genuinely just energy, guys. Like we need to shift our mindsets and shift our focus into knowing that we can shift energy. We can shift our mindset, and therefore we can shift our lifestyles where we are. I know this is a big topic. I know that this is like something that seems a little bit hard to grasp when you are at the beginning of it. So start small. Start by every day saying 3 things. Like when you first get up, everybody normally has to go to the bathroom, whether it's brushing your teeth, whatever, you slept through the night, maybe you're about to go to bed because you work night shift. You are in that bathroom at some point in time. Look in the mirror and say 3 nice things about yourself. You have kind eyes. I like your hair. You're smart. But make sure one of them is you are worthy of everything that your heart desires. Make sure that that is one of them. And every single day, begin to say that to yourself. And as you begin to say that to yourself, you are going to notice your mindset begins to shift. The way the energy works around you begins to shift. Friendships are going to fall away. If you continue in the same friendships that pull you down, if you continue in the same circle of people who are lower vibration and it's not allowing you to ascend and not allowing you to move, then you are doing that to yourself. Truly, you have to take responsibility for it. But if you allow new relationships to come in and the old ones either to fall away or to just shift a little bit into something different, you are going to thank yourself. Your future self will thank you. Your highest self will applaud you. Your guides are always there. Listen to the still small little nudgings like, I don't know why I really want to take this different road. I don't know. Maybe I should take this different road. Listen to that nudging. There is a reason behind everything. Get yourself out of the habits that you're already in. By even just taking that little road home that's different than the one that you took before, you are breaking the habits that you have. Put yourself on autopilot, and you're beginning to allow new energy waves to come into your existence and into your place of being. I feel like this is a topic that I could dive into so deeply. I would love to know specifically if you have questions, specifically if you have anything at all that you would like me to answer on this, leave it in the comments. I will get back to you. Otherwise, I do keep this podcast ad-free. If you are on an app like Spotify or certain apps, if you're not paying for premium, they put their own advertisements in. There's nothing I can do about that. But myself, I do not take on sponsors. I do this completely free. Like, it's just my passion project. It's something that I want to bring to you guys. If you want to sponsor for $3 a month, you can go to patreon.com. There's a link in this bio to sponsor. Otherwise, I do have my Kundalani Rising circle coming up. That is going to be our Kundalini activation with the book going out together. I'm trying to think the best way to describe it, but if you're new and you've never been before. So if you haven't, go back and listen. I think it's 2 episodes back. What is a Kundalini activation? And if you feel like that's something for you, this program would be great. My Quantum Circle is open to new members right now. It's $39 a month. You get a monthly tarot, or every Monday we do a tarot reading card along with an energy update for the week, like what the focus is, what the guides want us to focus on. And then on the 21st of the month, we do a big energy update on like what's going on for the next month, like what we're looking at with astrology, what we're looking at, like where things are flowing. And then for the first of the month, we release an energetic activation MP3 that you can listen to daily. You can listen to it weekly for the next month, but you also gain access to all the ones previously. So if anybody is interested, the link is in the bio. Otherwise, I would love to talk to you guys, hear your stories, listen to what it is that you have to say. And I wish you the very best week. It's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous week.